Hey, welcome to the channel. Hey, man, I just want to let you guys know it's RP Dolph or nothing, man. If y'all rocking with Young Dolph, throw them PREs in the comment section. If you want to give your opinion on CMG and the latest Rico indictment, man, breaking news, you guys. I want y'all to really pay attention to what's going on and really identify and distinguish what's cap and what's not. Listen to what the witness said, you guys. The feds is all over this case right now.
Yeah, so like ever since Raven changed the story so many times, it just ended up where they just ended up informing Maurice and Raven to just stop the assistance because they said they no longer want the help from them. They done jeopardized everything. And Marcus Thornton, once he informed them with everything he saw, it contradicted what they were saying in the cookie shop. And that's the reason why you really can't trust Makitas or Raven or Maurice or anybody in general, because these days you just can't trust anybody. And when the feds collected what Blac Youngsta said, his iPhone text literally got exposed, and they was looking at it like, we see the two guys that you was in the picture with. And that's Shondell, and the other guy is Straight Drop, who's Big Homie G's cousin. And why would Moneybag Yo still affiliate with Big Homie G if he has something to do with the Straight Drop situation from the diss song?
The only reason he would still affiliate himself with somebody who he know did something so wrong to somebody who helped so many people at this certain time in November, to be exact, the 17th, I want you guys to understand, man, the feds collected everything they needed on Blac Youngsta, and Yo Gotti is right there in the corner of him, literally watching. He watching us, because we are the ones who he see right now. He see us catching up to everything they study doing, because we not finna let up, because Young Dolph know that we can't let up on him. At the end of the day, we know for a fact that the media data from the iPhone text got the FBI sitting at the computer looking at the screen like, you know what? We got something for Blac Youngsta. At the end of the day, we know for a fact that you got to stand up and even order to sit there and make anything look like basically Straight Drop did anything, because people study putting it on Straight Drop, and from what the feds are saying right now, Straight Drop may be again acquitted. So I want you guys to really look at this, and by him getting acquitted, it's really going to show that the real people who was involved was Barnett. You feel me? Blac Youngsta, they related. At the end of the day, the Bentley was across the street, and Buddy hung at the sunroof, boy.
Yeah, in the media that Blac Youngsta had that they collected, this is what it showed. It basically showed that Barnett did it and Blac Youngsta was there. And when CMG Heavy Camp pictures came up with Lil Migo and everybody, and they literally sent back and forth in a group chat talking about the whole Makita situation and how they needed to have two people waiting inside to surprise him. And quote, surprise, like what does that mean? That means that they was going to jump him. And when that's the only reason Lil Migo keeps getting jumped in Memphis. Every time he came outside and jumped off the porch in Memphis, he's been being jumped. He only signed to Blac Youngsta and CMG Heavy Camp for protection, because Cornelia Smith's relatives keep jumping him over and over again because he's tied directly to Barnett. And Barnett is literally one of the trigger men, at least one of them. And so the reason why that they even released Barnett was because of the fact that when Yo Gotti and them set everything in and this whole thing was orchestrated, the revolving door made it to where they had to get him in, Shondell, to snitch and just get him out, because they wanted Straight Drop and them to be the fall guys.
You got to understand what's really going on, and if you really look at the facts in this situation, CMG Heavy Camp, they going down. Like, the feds already created a whole case against them, and they linked the endeavors to Daddy O. This goes to show what's really going on, man, because you can't have no meeting with the people who sent your homie up or even sent your business partner up. You got to really look at this because band play ain't playing no games, man. And you got to understand that Paper Route Wu, he sent back like, y'all better stop putting my name in this stuff. When whole time I rock with Dolph. My last video I did with Dolph, I put the money on top of my head. So you got to understand, it was like real life. Like that's something that y'all got to understand, man. He don't take that too lightly, man. And you know, he really from the streets because it's 37 people in his real life, his camp. Like you gotta understand, yo, Gotti hot right now that Jay Prince did that. And Finesse 2 times signing to everybody now, man. It's like, I thought you was signing Jay Prince, but then you go and sign a Moneybagg Yo. So you in a double deal?
Exactly, and so that's the reason that don't make sense because everybody is hitting my DM on Instagram and saying, why would Moneybagg Yo sign the dude that he robbed that's literally having a whole thing to where they got to get the money back from it? And why would Finesse 2 Time even sign to the dude that ripped him off? Like, one thing y'all got to understand is that right before this, Finesse 2 Times and Moneybagg Yo was beefing over the fact that he literally took his lyrics and the millions of dollars that him and Moneybagg and Yo Gotti made, they owe that to Finesse 2 Times and Finesse No Love because of the fact that they are with mob ties and Jay Prince literally just middleman a deal to get that signing anyways because he was already under signature. Like when Finesse 2 Times, before he went and did his time, he already had signed to say that he was going to basically give everything and control to Bread Gang. And Moneybagg Yo and his affiliate, Zach Randolph, they worked the deal where they got Yo Gotti and CMG to have a middleman, Jay Prince Jr., do the whole deal. It's not for no reason why Jay Prince Jr. came and picked up Finesse 2 Times. It's because he had the motive to where he was going to make $250K for working this out with them. The money, you have to follow the money. As soon as Finesse 2 Times signed with them for $1 million, they turn around and sign Finesse No Love. Now they got the whole Finesse gang, and they already had the songs that Moneybagg Yo just outright stole. Like, the copyright still goes for 70 years, man. Y'all got to realize that he has to keep waiting all this time, and he couldn't fair use it because of the fact that they did it with the producer who works for Moneybagg Yo. Everything that was made by the employee has to stay with the company. And that's why Yo Gotti got hot, because Jay Prince basically solidified the signing. And they sat down with Blac Youngsta, and they really was side by side talking the whole thing through, telling Finesse 2 Times not to be mad because they're going to give him $300,000.
And you gotta understand that Moneybagg Yo didn't have no good look on his face when Blac Youngsta sat down and Blac Youngsta was looking at Finesse 2 Times and Moneybagg Yo together. Like, you gotta really look at that, man. This is something that we all can really take heed to because Makitas, they sitting back and they looking at everybody that's on their computer. They sitting there looking at the whole video, what happened to Dolph, and they still don't want to release it to the people who really got justice for Dolph. Subscribe to the channel. I want y'all to really open the door, man. Open the door to Dolph land. Hey, if you're new to the channel, man, you rockin' with PNB Rock, man, I want you to drop them PNBs down in the comment section, man. I want you to let me know how y'all feel, man. Hey, I want y'all to look at this footage, man.
Into the store, those people they scattered away. They knew something was going to happen. The guy walks into the store and the chime goes off. The Roscoe's, when you walk into that, the chime goes off and it says bing bong. So we walk in and the people at the counter, they said good morning. And the guy didn't say anything back. And there's people sitting at the booths. The old couple, they looked up while they eating the eggs. And they just seen the guy with the hood and the mask walking down. And the guy took his glasses off because he thought something strange was happening. The next thing you know, the guy walks right up to PNB Rock's booth. He walks past his girl and taps PNB Rock on the shoulder. And once he looks over, the guy literally points the strap right in his face and said, "Give me everything." And the footage shows People at that point like ducking down, and you see the people in the kitchen kind of like run up and look through the takeout window. And at the takeout window, it's a bunch of the tickets, so you can kind of see the face pop out, and they're like, "Oh, something's going on up there." So they really decided not to jump out, intervene. They didn't want to tackle the guy because he probably would have got off a few rounds before you could even get to the man. So what happened next is PNB Rock verbally had talked to him, and he told him that he did not want to give anything up, and he was not that person, you know. And so basically at that point, that's when the suspect took his 2 pulls to the chest and, you know, basically fired up the place. And he stood there for a second as PNB Rock slumped over, and he basically reached into the booth and tried to pull his chains off of his neck and shoulders, and that's what caused PNB Rock to fall onto the ground. And so now they can't like show the footage, obviously, because this is still an ongoing case. But this is basically once he falls to the ground, it was because he tried to pull him down and everything. And that's when he actually gets one of the chains off. He was like, they got one of the chains off, and they tried to go for the rollie. And then at that time, he realized that it's too many people watching now, and they could see, you know, his mask is coming down just a little bit, so they could kind of see. He starts sweating. He gets up and runs out the door, and when he goes to run out the door, he already stepped into a puddle that what PNB was leaking, and the dude stepped into the puddle, and he left a shoe print on there, so they're able to like detect the exact shoe he was wearing and zoom in and everything like that. Now, if they check the surrounding areas and surrounding apartments and they see the guy wearing that same shoe, then they can actually go and find him when he's not wearing the mask. And then that's exactly how they're going to be able to pinpoint the suspect, get him in, and get justice for PNB Rock. So he's basically caught at this point. The whole community is looking and making sure that, you know, they actually catch the right person and the getaway driver. Now, the getaway driver is who's going to be the guy that snitches, because of the fact that they already got his plates and they already know what type of car he's got, right? And so what is going to happen is that they're going to go after him first and get him to snitch and find the other guy. But it's really easy, because once they get the dude's phone number and the IG account he was on, they're going to be able to find him right away with what phone he is. They're going to find my iPhone him and go right to him. He's probably going to have him call the guy or text the guy so that they can get a ping on the GPS signal from the phone tower. When you call somebody, boom, that's what happens. And so, look, guys, this whole thing is a revolving door, man. The fact that PNB Rock already said on DJ Academic's interview that he's been tried to be robbed before in LA. Same type of situation. He was with his girl, and the real sad thing is that he's had a problem with his girl dropping the location and actually calling like real street dudes that are ops to PNB Rock and like trying to scare him, or when they get in an argument, she threatens to get him hit up. And so now that this thing has happened for real, the captain, when they came out and did that press conference right in front of the Roscoes, the lady said that they are for sure that this was all because of the girl's fault. It was 100% her fault. And that's what's coming out of, you know, from what my understanding of their report. And so now when you look at the whole picture, it's like he took away her IG for 6 months because she was being too reckless. And every time they get in an argument, or every time she asks him to go on a shopping spree at Louis Vuitton, and he says, no, I gotta go into the studio and record and make our money. Then we can go shopping somewhere else later. And so it was many times where she would get upset and she would threaten to call somebody to come, an ex-boyfriend, whether it would be, or if it was another street person, maybe somebody that was a street person that's a rapper, or just a rapper, or like could have been some security guard dude, right? So she keeps sending her ex-boyfriend to come after the dude. And they actually got a place in LA. Like PNB Rock, real life, lives in LA with his girl. And so this girl is from LA. And y'all know how girls from LA are, man. And basically, I'm going to keep it at that. Now, what you got to understand is that she actually knows hitters in LA that are ops to PNB Rock, the actual people that he is beefing with that tried to rob him the last time. Part of that group, the guy that went on live on Instagram with him, telling him that he's gonna make him eat that, and all of this crazy stuff. Like, who is that guy? Like, he probably got a hand in this. I mean, you look at it, he's the one that was threatening him last, right? And so if his girlfriend knows that guy or knows a lot of the other people from the other side, then she definitely did it, and the 12 already know. Like this video, everybody comment down below. Let me know where you guys are from. Let me know if you're a PNB Rock fan, Young Dolph fan. Once again, I want to send my condolences to PNB Rock, his whole family, and the girl. So look, guys, the footage is being reviewed right now. The footage is actually showing very clear exactly what happened. They're going to get this guy. They're going to get everything solved for this. So it's exactly just like I said 4 videos ago. So go back and watch all 4 and binge watch every video so you can get caught up. But now this is exactly what's happening in the video now. They're still reviewing it. They're still taking a look at it and zooming in to do the facial recognition of the person. But he's caught, man. He's already been on multiple cameras. They got the business's cameras. Matter of fact, the informant that they've been working with, there is an informant that witnessed the entire altercation, and basically he took the 12 to the exact camera to look at so that they can see the best angle of his face, the license plate on that car that came by. They're saying it's a black Nissan, but this is the official story. So like, unofficially, allegedly, it's a Nissan, and the footage is showing the guy stepping out of the Nissan on the passenger side.